What's up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the Sky Diaries podcast. I'm your host, Sky Tashay, and welcome back if you are returning, and welcome if you are new here. This is the place where we talk the real talk about life and growth because life is hard, especially when we are striving for something, and I am here to help you, guide you, and cheer you along the way. In today's episode 26, it is called Pretty But Tired. We're taking a little shift from my regular topics that I usually talk about because I have to give attention to the girlies that work hard, but at the end of the day be busting their butts behind the scenes, and I'm one of them. It can get so draining, y'all. It can get so draining when you are striving for something. You have a goal, you have a dream, whatever it may be, and you almost are about to be burning out, like you're on the verge of a burnout. I feel like sometimes I'm constantly like on the verge of a burnout because I'm always pushing myself, and I know a lot of people will be so just focused on like, yeah, she's an it girl and she has this going on and she does that, and but they really don't see all the hard work and all the real things that go into having this life and this type of lifestyle and striving for a certain lifestyle. Like, there's a lot of things that go into it, and honey, we be tired. The girls are tired, but at the end of the day we still push through it and we still make it work. But I'm going to be talking about how we can work through the burnout and work through being pretty but tired, how we can work through that, and also like recentering ourselves. So I just want to start this off by saying, look, the world doesn't need to see you be perfect every single day. The world doesn't even need you to be perfect at all, if I'm being quite honest with you. The world just wants you to show up. I think that's the best thing that you can do, is just showing up and being there. You don't have to always put all your energy in. Sometimes the only thing that is needed, or the best thing that you can do, is literally just show up. Just showing up can sometimes even be the hardest part. I know for me, especially when it comes to the gym, like, you could be locked in for a good week. Like, I probably enjoy the gym, or I look forward to going to the gym like every once in a while. But at the end of the day, I still have my gym routine. Like, I still go to the gym every week, a couple times a week, or I go to like a Pilates class or a cycle class. Like, I'll probably be excited like once every couple weeks, because I have that on top of assignments, on top of other things I have to do. But at the end of the day, I still show up. And sometimes showing up for me, it can be the hardest part, because you don't feel like what I do is I like to think about the end results. But what I also do, like, I tell myself, like, look, if you stop right now, if you stop what you're doing right now, it is a guarantee that you will never see any type of results. Like, quitting right now is like you're guaranteeing your failure. It's like a guarantee. So I just tell myself that, it's like, look, if you stop going to the gym now, you'll never see results. Like, if you stop now, you'll never see results. But if you keep going, eventually along that path, you'll see results in the gym. And that just goes for anything else. You gotta show up, and you gotta show up and know that you don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be 100% of your energy all the time, but make sure that you show up, because showing up adds up and showing up matters. One thing about it, and this is for my girlies, my strong girlies out there, coming from a woman that like doesn't like to ask for help. I was always the type of person in school to like, I wouldn't ask my teachers for help, especially like in high school. I don't ever really remember a time where it was like I asked my teacher for help. If it was anything at all I was confused about, like, I was figuring that stuff out on my own. And I think that society has put like these standards on us where it's like we make people feel like they can't ask for help. Or if someone asks for help, that means it's like they're weak, or they don't have it all together, or it's something, just diminishing their character. And it's like, no, I feel like actually asking for help when you are going through something, it actually strengthens you. When you go through your pain alone, you're not helping yourself at all. Take the time and get the rest. Rest is really needed. You can't even show up for yourself or show up for anyone else or show up fully in rooms if you are holding on to baggage, if you are holding on to pain and anything because you are scared to like look for help or ask for help. Don't be scared to ask for help. Don't be scared to reach out to somebody. It's always someone out there that is willing and able to want to hear you out and want to hear what you have to say and want to hear what you're going through. So honestly, I would just say ignore what other people say. Ignore the society standard that you can't ask for help and that you need to show up perfect. You don't have to show up perfect every single day. At the end of the day, I feel like people don't even really know what perfect is, especially for specific type of people. Your version of perfect can be someone else's different version of perfect. What you see as perfect may not be perfect to someone else. So I think perfect is really just like, it's no such thing as perfect. Perfect is what you make it. If at the end of the day, if you're perfect is literally if you just gotta show up in some sweatpants or some jeans and a t-shirt, then that's it. That's you still showing up because at least you're still there and at least you still showing up. But going back to rest. Prioritize your rest. Prioritize some self-care. Prioritize some time where you could dedicate some time to yourself. And one thing about it that I feel like has helped, I'm a big music person. I love music. I listen to every single genre. Like, I'm a big music person. But I feel like a lot of the times when I'm always listening to music, and it's like at the end of the day, I feel like, you know what, I really didn't have time to sit and think. Because even when I'm listening to music, it's not like I'm really letting my thoughts like be free in the silence because I'm still like listening to something. I stop like listening to music in the shower because like that's like literally the only time I feel like I have like alone time where I can actually like not hear anything but my thoughts. Just dedicate some quiet time has been a huge help. Listening to subliminals when I go to sleep, some like calm, restful, peaceful music, making sure like I'm not watching any type of shows before I go to sleep, really just prioritizing some time to feel like I'm just recentering myself and getting back into the groove. And that's how I get back. I feel like that's how I just stay motivated, stay energized, and stay consistent and try not to burn out as much as I can. Gotta dedicate time for yourself. It's very important because just as fast as like you're grinding is like just as fast as it can stop in an instant. So you gotta refocus. I think just planning everything out, like whatever you want to do, I think just having a plan. Like I said in my previous episode with my guests, I did make like a big schedule, which really helped just me mapping out everything and like setting little reminders on the calendar app or just little stuff like that. Just keep me organized and make sure like, hey, I am prioritizing my work and I am prioritizing myself, my self-care and stuff like that. And that's honestly just something that's really helped me and I think could really help any of y'all that are struggling with like dedicating time just to yourself. My last point I would like to make is you got to start living authentically. A lot of the times we can get so caught up in the end result that like we don't even realize all the blessings and everything that's like right in front of us. Live your life. Let go of the version that people think you have to be. Let that version go. Let that version die. Even let go of the version of yourself that you don't like. And when you finally let go of like the version that you think you have to be, that's when things in life start coming into fruition. That's when things start coming together and you start seeing the signs. When you are true to yourself and you recenter yourself and you don't have any expectation but your expectations for yourself, that's when things really start to come together. For me, it was so funny. The other day in class, right? My teacher had turned the class into like a Zoom call, but I still was recording that day, so I still went in the classroom and it was two other students. Long story short, it was a guy in the classroom and he basically was telling me, he was like, look, mind you, I never had a conversation with this guy till that day. Just so y'all can get a little context. He literally was like, you're not doing enough when it comes to promoting yourself. You need to promote yourself more. You need to do something, face to face. You got to do something. Like, that was the main message, and I felt like, that was God telling me what to do. That was like alignment. That was just alignment. That was God aligning me with my dreams and my goals. And that was a sign. And that was just naturally. We were just in class. Like, it wasn't like I was expecting to go to class and expecting like some advice with something that, I actually like has been on my mind. No. But when you are living authentically and you are living genuinely through you with no expectations, just vibing in your full element, that's really when things start to come in, and that's when you really get to notice. And when you start looking for the good, like I said in my previous episode, this is what you'll see. You'll see the signs. You'll see you'll see your prayers getting answered right in front of your face. And it's really a beautiful thing when you don't have to stress all the time. You don't have to rush having like the life that you want, the dreams that you want. You're not running out of time. It's no rush. You don't have to hurry. Don't feel like society is pushing you towards this future, because it's like, I feel like the best thing you could do is just enjoy where you are right now. I think, like, yeah, dreams are cool and all, but once you reach that dream, once you achieve that goal, that's it. And then what? It's just going to be another dream, right? And then you're still going to have to go through the learning process and the journey for that. It's a constant, I feel like life is just constantly elevating and constantly growing. And you got to live authentically. You got to live it for you, through you, and know that life isn't happening to you, it's happening from you. So whatever you are feeding yourself, you got to take some rest. You got to take some time, because your mentality always has to be on point. You gotta do what you gotta do so you can have peace. And then off this episode, I just want to say that you don't have to be picture perfect to be powerful. You can heal and still be worthy of everything that life has to offer. You can rest and still be growing and still be glowing. Like, the healing process, the growing process, it's not always pretty, but at the end of the day, it is beautiful. Power isn't perfection. It's just your presence. It's just asking you to show up even on the days that you don't feel like it. For affirmations today, I want y'all to repeat after me. I can rest and still rise. My worth isn't tied to my productivity. I am allowed to slow down. I am worth the wait. Thank you so much. If this episode helped one of y'all, I'm so glad. Share to somebody that you feel like may need some help or may need some guidance or some advice or just some motivation today to light up someone's day. I hope that y'all love this episode. Also, leave me some feedback down below in the comments. Let me know some things that y'all struggling with that maybe I could like talk about in the next episode, or some future topics that you may be interested in or want me to talk about. Let me know. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Instagram Tashay Inspired, on Substack as well, Spotify as well. TikTok is simply Tashay, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.